switchback, cut across the path, up and then over.
One thing we know for sure is how demanding the Dakar Rally is going to be. But how Kirsten prepares herself as a rider for the myriad of challenges is our focus in this episode.
With all the training that I've got coming up, I will be switching between the two different motorbikes. So of course the rally bike, and then I have a enduro bike. It's the standard enduro bike that I've been supplied by KTM South Africa that I race on in the national series. And those bikes are nice because we can take them out in the bush and we can go the sort of terrain and the background that I come from. We ride really technical stuff, and to take the rally bike there, it won't even fit through some of the sections. So it's the discipline that I come from, and it's the racing that I do, and it's also very, very, very physically demanding, you know. So just to jump on the bike from the house here and go ride and put a trail together, I've got plenty of routes around here. I go and ride that on my enduro bike, and then with having the option of the rally bike, the bike is so different, it handles differently. I mean, this bike you're carrying 37 litres of fuel. The enduro bike you got only 7 litres of fuel. The weight difference, this bike weighs 180 kilos and my enduro bike weighs 115, 120 kilos. So I mean there's a 60 kg difference. And also just the handling. I mean, of course this bike here, we've got the navigation system. The navigation mount, which is helpful in terms of being able to put a road book on and go hit long distances and ride off a road book, where on the enduro bike we don't have a navigation mount. We either just ride by memory on the trails that we have, a motocross track, or I will go and ride off a GPS and would only be able to either ride one tack or have to fill up, whereas this thing I can put 37 litres of fuel in and I can go ride 450 k's without even stopping once.
As accomplished as Kirsten is on both the rally and enduro bikes in all terrains, SA Dakar legend Darryl Curtis highlights another rider attribute that she will certainly need in Saudi Arabia.
I think key preparation for a race like the Dakar is navigation, and that's what gets everybody at the end of the day. For those of the people that don't know out there, you don't get a GPS to follow, there's no track, you've got coordinates, you've got no coordinates, you've got bearings to follow. So they'll tell you to go into the Rio and follow a cap of 270 degrees for 5 kilometers and then hop out, and then you've got to find a hidden waypoint and things like that. And that really, if you can master your navigation, then you can make up a lot of time at the Dakar.
This weekend I pack up and I leave for Spain, my first time to Spain, but what's even more exciting is I'm going to go train with the Dakar legend, Jordi Villadoms. He actually heads up and manages the KTM factory team, and he's got a navigation training course that he offers to Dakar riders. And Ryobi have been kind enough to send me on this trip where I can go train with him. 5 days of training on a motorbike where we just work on navigation. I'm super excited about that, and there's always room for improvement. And I know I haven't had many rides on navigation, so knowing that that's coming up, and from what I've heard from previous riders going to train with Jordi, it's a very, very intricate part of the training, so that's really exciting. Then after that I come back home straight into National Enduro, and then straight after that, that's down in Cape Town, I'll get on the rally bike and I will head up to Swakopmund in Namibia, race a race called X-Race in Namibia, and then thereafter go straight into the dunes where I'll spend a week or so training on the rally bike, riding off a cap heading and just riding as much dunes as possible, because obviously in Dakar there's going to be a lot of dunes. And then September I'm off to Sea to Sky in Turkey, which is a 5-day extreme enduro race. And then October, November, we'll just be keeping fit and strong, coming back home, riding as much as I can on the motorbike, putting together road book rides. And then also what's really important is getting into hands and grips with the motorbike and pulling it apart, putting it back together. So that's what I've got lined up in my schedule for the next few months. And then of course come December, we've got the Roof of Africa, and then it's just counting down the hours days until Dakar.
To keep up with Kirsten and more on the power tools that won't quit, follow Ryobi Africa on social media.